Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today we are doing NFL Week 10 predictions. And this is the part of the season where we start to find some true identities of some teams, see which ones are good and bad, see which ones are going to be attempting to contend, and a lot of craziness in the NFL is still occurring. But that's what the NFL is at this point, and we got some bad matchups this week. And when I mean bad, we got some bad ones. But then we also got some good ones, which, speaking of a good one, let's start it off with the first game tomorrow night. You got the Bengals at the Ravens. The Bengals had a dominant win against the Raiders. Burrow threw 5 touchdown passes. Mike Gesicki coming up big. Chase is doing his thing. And the defense, Trey Hendrickson, 4 sacks, bunch of turnovers, and honestly, and then Chase Brown, he had a good game too. That was just the most complete. Honestly, that was the most complete game out of Cincinnati this year. You had the offense doing good. The run game was doing good. The defense was doing good. Even the play calling was good, and the kicking was good, and special teams, everything was good. And that was the most complete football game out of Cincinnati. And they're going to have to do it again because they're going against the Ravens, which dominated the crap out of the Broncos with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers. And this is a must-win game here. Now, Lamar and Derrick Henry have been on a tear. But you know who else has been on a tear? It's Joe Burrow. And these two are contending for a MVP right now. And this is, if I'm going to be so sad. I mean, honestly, if Cincinnati loses this game, this could be potentially our like, season ender. Like, I don't think we'll make the playoffs if we lose this game to Baltimore. Since we're trying to contend for the division still and contend for a playoff spot, most importantly. And I am going to take Cincinnati to win this game. I know T. Higgins and B.J. Hill are doubtful, but if the run game can get going, also to mention, we got Khalil Herbert, so that should help on the run game a bit more. Jamar Chase probably going to get some targets. I think Jermaine Burton's playing for this game. Mike Gesicki came up huge. The defense came along last week. They're going to have to come along again, and we know what happened last time they played. So we cannot allow them to... We can't let the Ravens score 41 on us again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to take the Bengals here, 27-19. I've heard Isaiah Likely is going to be out for this game, and Lamar Jackson is also a bit banged up on the knee. Maybe that can stop him from running a little bit. Trey Hendrickson, like I said, Trey Hendrickson has been on a tear right now. He's a sack leader of the NFL. And I think the Bengals are going to get the big W in Baltimore. You know, it might not be a good pick because Baltimore's had our number for a long time, even with Joe Burrow behind center. But this is a big win, must-win game. Burrow, Lamar, it's going to be a good matchup. Should be a close game. I got the Bengals by 8. Next game, you got Oh, Jesus. Why is this in Germany? You got the Giants at Panthers. The Giants. They got beat by the Commanders, and... yeah, this team is basically just tanking at this point. I mean, they're not even trying anymore. Daniel Jones sucks. Malik Neighbors is the only good player on that team. Their front is good, though. I won't lie, the Giants' front on defense is pretty good. O-line still has issues. The running game has not been good this year, and man, except for Tyrone Tracy Jr., but he's been inconsistent on running the football. And Giants, it's such a weird Giants team. The Panthers, on the other hand, they knocked off the Saints, and I called it. I freaking called it. Even Derek Carr, I don't know if I knew if Derek Carr was coming back. I think I knew, but Derek Carr came back and still lost the game. But the Panthers did do one good thing for the Saints, and I don't think they like that. But they basically made Dennis Allen get fired, and that's huge for the New Orleans Saints. But we're talking about this game. I don't know why the frick the NFL thought this was a great game to put in Germany at the start of the season. Like, why? Why would you do this? I'm gonna have to take the Giants. They have more pieces on offense and defense than the Panthers. The Panthers really don't have identity yet. No, there's the Giants, but the Giants, they're capable of winning a football game like this. Gonna take the Giants. Sorry about that. I had a voice crack, but I'm gonna take the Giants here, 20-13. Probably close game. Doesn't matter. This game sucks. On to the next game. Honestly, next game you got Patriots at Bears. The Patriots. They took the Titans into overtime, and Drake May is honestly showing us stuff. Showing the Patriots they have a good future ahead of them, and yeah. Other than that, they fell short to the Titans, which the Patriots are not expected to win a bunch of games this year. Taking on the Bears, which got pretty much blown out by the Arizona Cardinals. Caleb Williams not being able to do anything much on offense. DJ Moore walking off the field mid-plays, and it's been a bit messy in Chicago, but they still have a tied record. And they're going up against the Patriots, which ain't going to be a really big deal for them. I think they can get this win. I'm going to take the Bears here, 31-14. And they should be able to get this win pretty easily. Their defense is really good. Probably can give Drake May a ton of problems. Probably going to get sacked a billion times. And then Caleb Williams really doesn't have to do much in this game. So I am going to take the Chicago Bears to get back above 500 and beat the Patriots. Next game, you got Bills at Colts. The Bills. A little bit close one with the Dolphins. Another classic. But they won it off a 61-yard game field goal by Tyler Bass. And Josh Allen, man. Can we just talk about Josh Allen? How good he's been, too. He should be in the MVP conversation a bit, too. He's came in with, less receivers than Burrow and Lamar. I'll say Lamar because T Higgins been injured a whole bunch of games. He's missed 4 games, I think, by now. He's missed half of the season, and he's probably gonna miss. I think he was doubtful, so I doubt he's gonna. It says doubtful, so I doubt he's gonna play against the Ravens. But if he does, that's gonna be huge because that's another piece on the offense. I'm praying he plays because that gives us another advantage to win that game, but. The Bills, they just been really consistent all season. Doesn't matter what the receivers were. Josh Allen is finding ways to win the game. He's only thrown 2 interceptions. Even though, 2 weeks back, he hasn't thrown an interception. But now he's throwing some interceptions. But it's not really mattering because they won both those games he threw interceptions in. The run game's been really good after James Cook came back. And this Bills team is rolling. The Colts, on the other hand, had ugly game against the Vikings. Couldn't really do much on offense. The defense is always solid for the Colts. Joe Flacco, he's their best shot at winning games at this point. I mean, the Colts, they're such a weird team this year, and I had them making a playoff spot. It doesn't look like it this year. They're 4-5, playing a 7-2 Bills team. I'm gonna root for the Colts to win this game though, because the Bengals really need to keep pace in the AFC, or I should say my Bengals, but the Bills. I'm gonna take the Bills to win here. They might try to keep it a little bit closer of a game. I'm gonna take them 27-16. Maybe the Colts defense could do something. Maybe get a turnover. Get some more points, just kick some field goals or something. Probably going to be a field goal game for them because they can't really do much on offense. And, yeah. Sorry, Colts. Next game, you got Broncos at Chiefs. The Denver Broncos getting absolutely destroyed by the Ravens. Yeah, it's kind of sad that happened, but, it is what it is. Bo Nix kind of... I don't remember what Bo Nix did against that game. I'm assuming he played a little bit bad, losing by 31, but I heard Derrick Henry and Lamar just blew up that game, so yeah, tough game for your defense, tough game for your offense. Try to bounce back maybe against Kansas City. That'd be an impressive win here. If Broncos beat Kansas City, I think they're a contender because that's impressive then. Meanwhile, Kansas City will beat the Buccaneers in some kind of Buffalo Bills fashion because, well, they let the Buccaneers score going to overtime, and Baker never got to touch the ball again. DeAndre Hopkins had a big game. Travis Kelce got a big game. Mahomes played much better. And the Chiefs, they're finding ways to win. I mean, no doubt about that. I can't pick against the Chiefs, sadly. Maybe keep it a closer game. I think the Broncos, I think they'll keep it closer this time than letting 31 happen on them. That defense can be a little bit of a problem if they let that happen again. But I got the Chiefs winning 24-21. The Broncos might try to keep it closer than anticipated. And we'll just see what goes on there. I got them winning by 3, maybe a game-winning field goal for the Chiefs. Broncos, maybe they'll give them a tough time. It's just a pick. And next game, you got Falcons at Saints. The Falcons, what did they do? They beat the Cowboys. And honestly, Kirk Cousins, he's been playing good. He's been playing really good. They kind of had a rough first couple weeks. But after that, they started getting things humming along. Their defense is starting to look really, really freaking good again. Their offense is being better with the weapons they have on it. The run game's been decent all season. Kirk Cousins been efficient. He's been really good, too, on some games. And, the Falcons, they're just getting it done, honestly. And they're 6-3. They're looking at a potential playoff spot. Maybe even more than a playoff spot. But we'll see what happens there. I mean, the Falcons, it's pretty clear they're probably going to win the division since all Baker's weapons are hurt and Saints and Panthers are just dookie. So, and then meanwhile, the Saints, they lost to the Panthers. Not much there. Derek Carr didn't play that great. Nobody played that great if you're listening to the Panthers. And I am going to take the Falcons, but in a close game because for some reason the Saints and Falcons always love to have close games. I'm going to take the Falcons 23-20 in overtime. And just an odd game, honestly. Just an odd game for the Falcons and Saints. But I got the Falcons going to 7-3. They should, if they don't have those weird fights that they usually do with these opponents or these rivals, this should be an easy game. But since they are rivals, and especially if they're the Saints, they'll put up a fight just out of nowhere. But then again, they look crap against the Panthers. It's the NFL. What else do I got to tell you? Next game, you got 49ers at Buccaneers. The 49ers had a bye week, but before the bye week, they beat the crap out of the Cowboys. Almost let them come back, though, which is interesting. And George Kittle cooked up in that game. But the good news for the 49ers right now is I think they're getting CMC this week. And that is huge for that offense because Brian Ayuk is out for the season. And they're going to need CMC and Debo and Juwan Jennings to literally do everything. I mean, they got to. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, they lost in heartbreaking fashion. Didn't get the ball back after tying the game. And that's pretty much how they lost. Cade Otton, though, he's been balling out ever since everybody else got hurt. And that's the good sign for Baker Mayfield. But this game gives me some blowout vibes. Kind of like the one when Tom Brady played Brock Purdy. And since they're getting potentially CMC back in this game, I'm going to take the 49ers to just blow out the Buccaneers 34-13. It is in Tampa, though, so maybe it could be closer. But, I mean, it kind of doesn't matter. I just don't think Baker has much help on the offense. They're going against a tough defense. CMC is going to be wanting to eat. Probably gets 100 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns this game. I mean, it's probably obvious, honestly. But, yeah. 49ers, you win this game. Next game, you got Steelers at Commanders. The Steelers also having a bye week. But before that, Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson. Old Russ. Old Russ is back, everybody. And he beat the Giants. They let the Giants kind of come back a little bit, but that's pretty much it. Russell Wilson's been balling out ever since he became the starter. And this offense under Russell Wilson has looked much better than Justin Fields. Even though Justin Fields didn't play bad. Russell Wilson just kind of turned into old Russ for a minute here. Hold on. Let's not have that happen, please. Please don't. Please don't. Please, Commanders, I swear to God, I will kill you if you don't win this game. Just kidding. But the Commanders, meanwhile, the Commanders, they beat the Giants. Jaden Daniels got to see his other former teammate from LSU, Malik Neighbors, and yeah, the Commanders, they easily won that game. I mean, even though it was a little bit of a closer score, they easily won it. Jaden Daniels is playing like an MVP and rookie at the same time, and it's kind of crazy. And he probably is going to get some MVP votes. This is in Washington. This game is going to be such a big game. I really hope the Commanders win it. And since Jaden Daniels has been balling out, he's been balling out all year. I'm going to take Jaden Daniels and the Commanders to get it done in a very good game. 34-27. Commanders win it. And please, Jaden Daniels, I know you beat your other LSU bro, Joe Burrow, but please just give him a little bit of redemption, because we need it, because this team is not consistent and Zach Taylor needs to get off the team. But we're not going to say that right now, because we're good where we're at. We beat Baltimore. Okay, enough talking about that. Next game, Vikings at Jaguars. The Vikings, they beat the Colts in ugly fashion. They should have easily won that game, but Sam Darnold, he played decent. Justin Jefferson had a good game. TJ Hawkinson is back. Didn't get much. I don't think he did much. I don't really know what happened in that Colts game either, because we were coming back from vacation. And yeah, it's just interesting. The Vikings are just such an interesting team. Their defense has been good. Their offense has been solid under Sam Darnold. And look, they're 6-2, competing for their division, even though they did lose to Detroit for the first game. But they still have another one incoming. Meanwhile, the Jaguars, they tried to come back from the Eagles, and I bet they're not trying to talk about the Eagles right now after that Saquon Barkley hurdle. What a hurdle he just made. He made a backwards hurdle. How do you let that happen, Jacksonville? What are you doing? Trevor Lawrence, he's got no weapons right now. He's only got Brian Thomas. I don't even know what's going on. I don't care what's going on in Jacksonville. They suck. Trevor Lawrence is, their receivers are just, the only one that's been productive is freaking Brian Thomas, which is the rookie. And Jacksonville, honestly, should wear your clown hats for this, because you're probably getting eliminated this week from playoff contention. And pretty much you are already, but it's the NFL, so who knows. Vikings win 31-10. And we're going on to the next game, the Titans at the Chargers. The Titans. Oh, the Titans. You got destroyed. I believe. No, they didn't get destroyed. They beat the Patriots. Congratulations. You won another game. Ugly game. And the Titans, they're just over their season. I know they just won. But they're just over their season at this point. Everything's horrible. They gave away D-Hop. And thanks a lot, Titans. Now he's doing great in Kansas City. Dude, the Bills, it's either the Bills or Titans. Which one do we blame at this point? Because everybody's just giving them weapons. Can we stop giving the Chiefs weapons, guys? I swear. And the Chargers, they went into Cleveland. They took care of business. J.K. Dobbins had a good game. Justin Herbert playing efficient. And that defense is playing really good. They got their coach. The Chargers have been a really good team. I'm going to take them to win here 26-8. Kind of a weird score. Maybe the Chargers get ahead of stuff. Probably 23-0. Then maybe they go for a touchdown and then 2-point conversion. Just an odd pick. But Titans offense is just that bad. I mean, it's terrible. And they're going to struggle against this Chargers defense. Chargers defense has been pretty good. And I'm rooting for the Titans because, obviously Bengals playoff position. And, yeah. But Chargers, good luck to you. Taking the Chargers here. Next game, you got Eagles at Cowboys. The Eagles took care of business against Jacksonville. A.J. Brown got hurt in that game, but it wasn't significant. So he should be able to play for the Cowboys game. And They almost let the Jaguars come back, and Nick Sirianni giving people panic attacks is not what's supposed to happen anymore, but he did, so hopefully that's not too significant. But yeah, I mean, they got the job done, so that's all that matters. Playing the Cowboys, which lost to the Falcons. Dak Prescott got hurt. I think CeeDee Lamb and him are doing MRIs at the moment, or like today or something. I mean, I don't think Prescott's playing for this game. I want to say he's not. I mean, honestly, you might as well just tank. Cowboys, just tank. Get him some weapons. Get him a dang running back. Get Ashton Genty, or just try to do anything at this point. This Cowboys team sucks so bad, and people will just. I mean, I don't blame Cowboys fans for hating your own team now. I mean, this is crazy. You go from not being able to get to the first round of the playoffs to not even making the playoffs, probably. And yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles here, 28-17. The Cowboys are cooked. GG's for that. Next game, you got Jets at Cardinals. The Jets. They beat the Texans in an ugly game. Oh, not kind of an ugly game. Tank Dell had a good game. But other than that, CJ Stroud did not look that good. Jets defense actually played pretty well, except for letting Joe Mixon run all over you. But Joe Mixon's been running all over people. And I just... Please come back to Cincinnati. It's horrible, bro. Why did we do that? Like, why? Why? He just... Oh, my God, bro. I just want to cry. But it is what it is. The Jets got another win. Honestly, they could do something here if they beat the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, they are leading their division with a win over Chicago Bears. The offense has played good. Their defense played really good against Caleb Williams. And the Cardinals, is this the point where they come together here? I mean, people have had them as like 7 wins tops, and they're at 5-4 right now. And I've had them as a dark horse team, potentially making the playoffs. And it looks like they're on the road to be able to do that. It might be 10-7 this year, if they keep this up. And honestly, this is a tough pick, because you got the Jets that are needing a win versus the Cardinals, which have been losing, winning, losing, winning. Alright. This is... Jets, if you lose this game, I'm done taking you, okay? This is the last time. Final straw, final straw. I'm going to take the Jets to get the win against the Cardinals. And this is probably not a good pick, but I'm going to take them to win in a close game, 24-20. On to the next game. You got the Lions at Texans. The Lions take care of business against the Packers. Jared Goff playing efficient. Run game playing efficient. Everybody's just doing their job on Detroit. And that Detroit team is just getting hungrier and hungrier as the weeks go by. And right now, the Detroit Lions are looking like the best football team out there right now. No doubt about it. I mean, they got the coach. You got your quarterback. You got your running backs. You got your receivers. You're about to have Jameson Williams come back from suspension, I think, this week or next week. And things are looking up in Detroit. Even though Hutch is out, they got Zarius Smith. They're taking on the Texans, which the Texans, they fell short to the Jets. Kind of a ugly game, but CJ Stroud did not have really any of his weapons. I mean, CJ Stroud did not play good in that game, but he didn't really have like any of his weapons. Tank Dell was the only one which had a good game and had like more than half of his passing yards. And CJ Stroud, you know, I bet he misses Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs right now, because he's putting up 4 numbers because he has nobody to throw to anymore. Joe Mixon's still getting some jobs done, but the Texans, I believe the Texans should be getting Nico Collins back for this game. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think that's going to help that offense significantly, because Nico Collins is a dog, man. And honestly, it's a Sunday night football game. Detroit is hungry. Both these teams want to try to get the #1 seed. I'm gonna get the Texans to win right here in a high-scoring game, 34-30. I think C.J. Stroud's due for some good passing yards, good passing touchdowns, good passing everything in this game. I think he's getting Nico Collins back, and that's gonna help. Even if that's gonna help if they get him in that game. So Texans win that in a big shootout, in an unexpected one. The next game, or the last game, you got Monday Night Football. You got the Dolphins at the Rams. The Dolphins kept it close against the Bills. And the Dolphins, I mean, they're kind of cooked too. They're 2-6. I mean, I wouldn't say season's over just yet, but I think it's just closing on them right now. The Dolphins, they haven't even really got anything going with Tua either. Tyreek Hill hasn't played at standards. Nobody's played good on that team right now. And obviously the offense has looked better with Tua behind center, but they're still not getting the wins. And that's the big thing. The Rams, on the other hand, they got the win against the Seahawks in an ugly game. Puka Nacua punching people. Like, dude, what is this league doing right now? What is everybody doing right now? And the Rams, Demarcus Robinson coming up clutch. He had 2 tutties on the game. And Demarcus Robinson's been really consistent with the Rams. And Stafford, he's played good. Cooper Kupp's played good. Puka Nacua obviously getting ejected out of the game, which is something you don't like. But it happens. And honestly, for this last game, I'm going to take kind of an upset, but kind of not. I'm going to take the Dolphins to get the win here because I think Tua's due for a win. The Rams, they're due for another loss. They're due for a loss, even with their weapons, because, you can't win every game. I just really think Tua's due for a big win here in LA. And it's Monday night, I think Tyreek Hill's going to be due for a decent game at least. And I'm going to give it to the Dolphins 23-20. And for the last thing, we got the bye week teams, the Browns, the Packers, the Raiders, and Seahawks. And that is the end of this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe for more content like this. And I will see you guys next time. Go Bengals, and hopefully we win. Because if not, I will cry. But peace out, everybody.